Hello guys, welcome to Name Tech channel. My name is Nehemiah, and guys, I'm very much happy once again to have you in this video. And today we are going to discuss about Python booleans. And guys, before we get started, if it's your first time to get into this channel, please consider subscribing. And to the returning subscribers, I really appreciate very much. And guys, you can as well like the video so that YouTube may recommend this video to many people. And so now let's understand what is Python booleans. So basically booleans represent one of the two values, either true or false. So when you compare two values, the expression is evaluated and Python returns the boolean answers. And so guys, I want us to write here an example. For example, let me say let me use this print function. Let me say print actually, sorry, let me use small letters. So let me say print for example 10 or let me say 100 is greater than, then for example 100 is greater than 10. And then now let's run this this statement, this program in our terminal. So to run it, you go to the run button here, and then you go to the run button, to the run, then you select the file that you are currently using. It is mine here. So I'm going to click on it, but guys, you can always find the shortcut here. The shortcut is actually the shortcut, what is it? The shortcut here is shift plus F10. So I like using the shortcut. And then guys, you can see here the terminal that it has printed out true, because 100 is truly greater than 10. Let me try to make it less than. It must give us false statement, so false value actually. So shift plus what? Plus F10. And then guys, you can see here the terminal, the value is what? Is false. Then let's try this example. So let me use this. Now if you want to equate something, use two equal sign, but when you use a single equal sign in Python, it's like you are assigning a value to something, like if you can assign a variable to a value and so forth. But if you use two equal signs, then now it means you are equating, like 100 equals to 10. So now I want us to print this a statement in our terminal so that we may see the outcome. Shift plus F10. So 100 is not equal to 10. So let me try to add here. Let me say 100 equals to 100, and then do it. Let me click on shift plus F10. Then you can see guys that 100 equals to 100. And then perhaps let me try also to write here something like 90, then plus 10, and then do it. Let me click on shift plus F10. Then you can see guys it is true, because 90 plus 10 is 100. So 100 plus 100 is what? Actually 100 equals to 100. And so guys, basically Python booleans are basically true or false what values. And so guys, I want us to write here an example. So like let me use this variable, like let me say x. Let me say x equals to let me assign x to something like 100. Then y, then assign it something like what? 15. Then let me use an if condition here, like let me say if x is greater if if y is greater than x, y is greater than x, and then I do it. Then actually you ensure that you close to this colon. Then let me say print. Let me say print. Let me add a string here. Let me say print y is greater than what? Greater than x. Y is greater than x. Else what? Else print. In a second line, else print what? Let me add a string. b, this is actually x, is it z, it is x and y. So let else y is not greater than a, y is not greater than a. So what I want us to do is let me do this. Let me run this programs in our terminal, shift plus F10, and then you can see that y is not greater than actually it's not greater than this one should be what? Should be x. Sorry guys, shift plus F10, and then here at the terminal you can see guys that y is not greater than x. But for example, if I make y what 200, then let me run shift plus F10, and then you can see that y is greater than y is greater than x. And I guess the other thing that this boolean function can also allow you to evaluate any value and give you either true or false in return. So I want us to test something. If it's a string, like let me say print then let me say bool, then let me create this normal bracket, and then add a string. Let me make it a string, like let me say name tech. By the way, name tech is my brand. If you want to search this channel on YouTube, you can search name tech _ke. So let me run it, shift plus F10, and then guys you can see that it is true, it is a string. So let me try to use what, or let me use a value, an integer, like let me say 100, 1000, then I shift plus F10, and then guys you can see it is and then guys you can see that it is true. So basically this boolean function can allow to evaluate and give you any value like a true or false. And so guys, I want us to do another example here. I want us to try another example here. Let me say, for example, let me use a variable this time, and then let me say, for example, let me use a string like hello, and then the second one, let me use an integer like let me say y, then assign it to an integer. This one was a string. Let me assign to an integer like 100, and then print. Let me say print what? Print bool. Actually bool. Sorry. A bool. Then these they are called what? They are called brackets. And then here inside it, let me type which variable? X. It is x. And then the second one, sorry. The second one, let me say print. Print what? Print bool. And then I do what? Create these parentheses, and then let me say y. So these steps in the terminal, it should be true. All of them should be true. Let me run it so that you may see. So shift plus F10, and then to the terminal, guys, you can see that it is true. It has printed out what? True, because x is a string, and then y is a what? Is an integer. So any string is true except empty strings. And then also any number is true except 0. And then for example, let me use 0 here. Let me say 0, shift plus F10, and then guys, you can see here the terminal, it is false. So basically any number is true except what? Except 0. Also empty string. For example, if I make it an empty string, shift plus F10, guys, is going to give me what? False. So empty string is what? False. And then in numbers, 0 is false. And then the other thing that you need to know here is that any list bit, any list tuple set in the dictionary are always true except empty ones. Guys, I don't want to do an example for that. So and I guess you need also to know that there are some values that are false, that evaluates to false, except apart from those empty values, such as the parentheses, square bracket, the curly braces, and the double quotes without any value, and also the number 0, so and the value none. And of course the value false evaluates to false. Let me try this example so that you may understand very well some stuff that will print a false statement. So like let me say print what, then a ball, and then let me say what, false. Actually let me say false. Hey, false should be in caps. Remember that Python is case sensitive, so when I write false, this false, it is different when you begin with a small letter. But let me try this example. Let me click on Shift plus F10, and then as you can see here, the terminal, it is false. But when I write here with a small letter, it might give us an error, false, like that. Shift plus F10, and then as you can see, it give us an error. So you need to know that Python is case sensitive. So false that begins with capital letter is not the same as the false that begins with what, with a small letter. And then the other thing now that I will print out false statement, the false value is what, none. None will print what, a false false value. You can see it is false. And then let's try also a zero number, and then as you can see, it is false. And then what else? I see that a square bracket, it prints what, square bracket prints false what, these curly braces, so it will print what, false. You can see it is false. Also with the with the square brackets, it will print what, false statement, it is false. Again what, so far those are the stuff that I will print what, a false statement. And so guys, the other thing that you need to know about these Python booleans, that they you can create a function that returns a boolean value, like either true or false. Let's try this example, and then let me say, for example, div, then let me say my function, and then I do what, create this bracket, and then guys, remember to do what, to end with this colon, and then let me say return what, return true. Let me say return true. And then now let me say print what, print my function, and then I shift plus F10, and then guys, you can see it prints what, true. So let's change to what, to false, and then I shift plus F10, and so guys, you can see it prints what, false. So basically you can create what, you can create a function that returns the boolean function. So you can execute code based on the boolean answer of the function. And then guys, let's try this example to print yes if the function returns true, otherwise print no. Let's try that example. First of all, let me just clear this one. True. Let me say true, and then here let me add this if condition here. If condition, let me say if my function, let me say if my function, then you end with a colon. If my function print what, let me add a string, print yes, else, otherwise else do what, else print what, print no, print no. So let me click what, let me click on shift plus what, shift plus F10, and then again you can see it is yes, because it is what, here it is true. And then if I put false, it will print what, no. Shift plus F10, then guys, you can see it prints what no. So basically you can execute code based on the boolean answer of the function. And so guys, basically this is what I wanted to show you in this video. This is all about the Python booleans. So guys, if you find that the video has been of help to you, please consider subscribing, like the video, and you can share to your friend. I'll appreciate you very much. So guys, until next time, goodbye.